Remember him in Felton playing music in the house?
Yes, he used to bring a guitar and in his own little room he used to hammer on all his music.
Freddie Mercury's mother, Jair Bulsara, has finally broken her silence, revealing the hidden struggles of the legendary Queen frontman. Behind the dazzling stage persona and iconic voice was a man battling deep insecurities, isolation, and the pressures of fame. Jair sheds light on Freddie's vulnerable side, showing how his upbringing and personal battles shaped his artistry and fueled his extraordinary talent. Her emotional revelations peel back the layers of a superstar, exposing the human being behind the legend. Duality of persona. Freddie Mercury dazzled fans with his vibrant stage presence, yet behind the glamour lay a deeply private individual struggling with self-doubt and insecurity. This contrasting image between his public persona and personal turmoil was something his mother, Jair, would quietly confirm. Despite his confident demeanor before thousands, Freddie wrestled with the fear of not being truly accepted. Fame magnified this tension, forcing him to wear a mask of flamboyance that shielded his raw feelings. While his theatrical performances catapulted Queen to stardom, Freddie's private moments could be lonely and fraught with anxiety. Loved ones like Mary Austin and Jim Hutton served as lifelines, witnessing the man beyond the spotlight. His mother reminded us that even as he danced across global stages, her son longed for genuine warmth. This unspoken tension fueled his creativity, giving depth to his songwriting and performances. The dynamic duality between outgoing rocker and sensitive soul guided his path. Even as he fought illness, Freddie delivered mesmerizing shows, striving to maintain the illusion of invincibility. Yet beneath that fearless exterior was a soft-spoken star, searching for solace. By revealing her memories of his quieter side, Jair painted a delicate portrait of her adored son. His ability to balance both personas enriched his artistry, reflecting raw longing in every note. The duality of Freddie Mercury's life remains a compelling aspect of his legend. The joy of a rock god colliding with the vulnerability of a man who simply wanted to be understood. In that space where glamour meets genuine human need, we find the source of his timeless appeal. The sparkle and the sorrow dance together, forming a powerful blend that defined his extraordinary legacy. Cultural and musical influences. Freddie Mercury's cultural influences began early, shaped by his family's Parsi heritage and the diverse environment of Zanzibar. Born Farrokh Bulsara on September 5, 1946, he was exposed to a mix of Western pop music and local traditions from a young age. This blend of styles enriched his understanding of rhythm, melody, and performance, later informing Queen's unique sound. When political unrest forced his family to flee Zanzibar in 1964, they relocated to England, where Mercury studied art and design. There, he encountered new musical scenes, from rock to opera, broadening his creative horizons. Mercury's time living in India also played a role in shaping his music. He attended St. Peter's School in Panchgani, where he first honed his piano skills and joined his first band, the Hectics. These experiences pushed him to experiment with fresh ideas, blending global sounds into the bold rock anthems he would write with Queen. In later years, Mercury ventured into styles like disco, gospel, and hard rock, fearlessly combining them in tracks such as Another One Bites the Dust or Somebody to Love. Formation of Queen. Freddie Mercury's path to forming Queen began after his family fled Zanzibar in 1964 and settled in England. While studying art and design in college, Mercury crossed paths with guitarist Brian May and drummer Roger Taylor in April 1970. Drawn in by his magnetic stage presence and bold ideas, May and Taylor teamed up with him to create a band that would break new ground. Mercury's visionary mindset, combined with May and Taylor's exceptional musical skills, shaped the group's earliest songs and gave them a distinct edge. The trio expanded by inviting bassist John Deacon to join, finalizing the classic Queen lineup. Eager to stand out, Mercury legally changed his last name from Bulsara to Mercury, reflecting his grand view of who he wanted to become. Their breakthrough arrived with the album Sheer Heart Attack in 1974, which showed off their tight musicianship and Mercury's remarkable vocal range. However, it was A Night at the Opera in 1975 that skyrocketed them to fame, thanks to the daring and unforgettable Bohemian Rhapsody. With Mercury leading the way, Queen blended rock, opera, and pop, a mix that drew huge crowds. Their shows were full of theatrical flair, fueled by Mercury's unstoppable energy and dramatic costumes. As the band evolved, each member contributed songs, but Mercury's creativity stayed central. This unity of talent and vision kept them in the spotlight for decades. From small clubs to massive arenas, Queen's formation marked the birth of a rock giant that still resonates. Their success grew from those early days, when four musicians aimed to rewrite the rules. Personal relationships. Freddie Mercury's personal relationships were deeply important to him, providing love and support beyond the intense world of rock stardom. Among his closest bonds was the unique connection he shared with Mary Austin. They met in 1969 and began a romantic relationship, but their deep affection outlasted their romance. Freddie often called Mary his common-law wife, leaving her a key part of his estate after his passing. This friendship gave him stability in the midst of fame's pressures. He also formed intimate connections with men, including Jim Hutton, who became a vital presence during Freddie's final years. Hutton offered emotional support and care, helping Freddie cope with the realities of his declining health. Earlier friendships, like the one with DJ Kenny Everett, revealed another side of Freddie's life. In the bustling gay scene of London, they found liberation and acceptance, exploring their identities without fear. Freddie's time in Munich brought him closer to Winfried "Winnie" Kirchberger, a man he referred to as his great love in Germany. Their bond was marked by affection and symbolized through a silver wedding band. Each relationship mirrored Freddie's quest for genuine connection, something he cherished deeply, despite his public image as a fearless performer. Alongside these loves and friendships stood Freddie's mother, Jair Bulsara, who offered insight into his private struggles. She underscored his sensitivity, revealing how he fought against the weight of expectations. Although fame sometimes isolated him, Freddie's personal relationships remained a source of comfort and authenticity. They enriched his life, reminding him that no matter how bright the spotlight, true support came from those who genuinely knew and understood him. Battle with HIV/AIDS. Freddie Mercury's battle with HIV/AIDS began in the early 1980s, a time when the disease was poorly understood. Though rumors often circled about his health, Mercury dismissed them, hoping to avoid public scrutiny. He performed with his usual energy, refusing to let fear overshadow his art. However, by the late 1980s, his declining weight and gaunt appearance fueled speculation in the media. Despite the mounting pressure, he maintained a determined silence, shielding his private life while protecting those close to him from invasive questions. In November 1991, sensing his final days had come, Mercury faced the truth and decided to make a bold announcement. On November 23rd, he released a statement confirming he had HIV/AIDS, aiming to shed light on the disease and encourage understanding. Less than 24 hours later, on November 24th, 1991, he passed away at the age of 45. The world was left reeling, as many still grappled with misconceptions about HIV/AIDS. His death highlighted the need for greater compassion toward those affected by the condition. In the aftermath, fans revisited Queen's music with renewed passion, sparking awareness campaigns and tributes worldwide. Freddie Mercury's final days exposed society's failure to support those suffering from HIV/AIDS, yet his courage in sharing his truth remains an enduring legacy. Legacy and tribute. Freddie Mercury's passing on November 24, 1991, echoed across the globe, leaving fans devastated by the loss of the Queen frontman. In response, there was an outpouring of renewed interest in Queen's music, especially in the United States. Songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You filled the airwaves, proving Mercury's presence had never truly vanished. In April 1992, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon paid tribute by organizing the Freddie Mercury tribute concert for AIDS awareness at Wembley Stadium. Crowds gathered and millions watched as stars like Elton John and David Bowie honored Mercury's life and highlighted the urgent need for AIDS awareness. This massive event also represented a moment of unity, reminding people that music can bring hope in the face of tragic loss. Beloved figures, including Mercury's mother, Jair Bulsara, kept his memory alive by sharing stories of his private battles, underscoring his humanity behind the showmanship. Scholars, meanwhile, studied his powerful vocal technique, revealing how dedicated he was to his craft. Even years later, Mercury's voice and image still inspire new artists and delight longtime fans. His enduring legacy remains a symbol of freedom, creativity, and compassion, shaping the cultural landscape of rock history.